Welcome to What's Good Today. My name is Eddie.
And I am Jonathan, and this is a show all about positivity in Teesside.
Today on our show, we're bringing you the best news and the stories in the land of Middlesbrough.
From local musician to local food culture, we are showing you what's good today.
Stay tuned.
Today we have an interview with a local artist that is challenging the status quo of the music industry. His name is Luke Royalty.
He's just finished his first UK tour with Jake Bugg. We talk all things from music to where he gets his inspiration and why he thinks the Northeast has something to say.
So my name's Luke Royalty. I'm from Darlington and I'm a songwriter.
I will always be here for you, brother. If I can't see you, doesn't mean I don't want to be near you. 'Cause you know
I'd have to say the first gig we played was in Newcastle, which is obviously local to my hometown. So all my family and my friends were all in the audience and just looking out, like playing the songs that you've written in your bedroom in front of hundreds of people and seeing your family and seeing like the people you grew up with in the audience was pretty special. So yeah, it was definitely a high point of the tour.
Strip the walls, maybe paint them baby blue, grey shades, glazing sweet with young and now at 22.
I think it's something that I thought about a lot when I started. Obviously, coming from the Northeast, writing songs isn't a very popular thing, not a very common thing to do anyway, especially being a young lad. And I think it really helped me find a sense of purpose in my life and gave me something to work on and like a craft to actually learn. And it just took me out of a different place and a different direction to maybe where my life was heading previously. And it's just something that I would encourage anyone who's like me, who's might be a bit lost, like growing up. I would encourage them to pursue music because it's something that can really help you out. So it's just something that I want to push and make sure that lots of people growing up are thinking about doing.
I will always be here for you, brother. Since we were 13,
It's very personal project. It's quite introspective. There's a lot of almost diary-like lyrics where I've not thought about too much. I've just kind of written down whatever was on my mind.
Maybe I'm just getting older. Unless it's me and you, then I don't need to worry about the worries that I told you. So jump up off the bunk bed sitting. If you feel a little lost, I've been in. If you're new to this old town, well, I live here. Believe me.
But it's also pretty happy and sunny vibes as well. It's not doom and gloom project or anything, but every song's really different. I'm really proud of that. That was the main thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that every song flows after each other really nicely and makes sense and is also just completely different from the last one. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of the fact that I achieved that.
Thank you for taking the time to sit with us today and answer a few questions. Is there anything you would like to add before? Yeah, cool.
No.
That was Luke Royalty, bringing some innovation to the music industry.
He's an encouragement for every local musician for deciding to stay in the Northeast instead of moving down to London or the US.
And coming up next, we have another local creative artist who is using lights to spark unique emotions.
And we want to know your opinion on how this art makes you feel. Vote now on our Instagram poll, link on description.
So, what's going on? Liquid light shows primarily work with immiscible liquids. That's something we'll explore a little bit today, but in a different way than it's traditionally done. Typically, you would use like rivaling parts of each fluid so that they move over each other. Like water and oil, you know, you see oil in a puddle. that idea, but to make art. So right now we suspect that the bulb switch is rusted because we can't turn it at all. You can only really wiggle it lightly, so we're trying to take off the cover so that we can see if that's the case, and if it is the case, give it a clean and see if that allows us to switch to the right bulb. So the projector works, which means we can move on to the next stage, which is the creative part. We're going to keep it basic today, probably. We're going to start getting inks, mixing colours that we want, trying to tell a story with some colours.
Hopefully, that's brighten up your day.
And up next, we have a local delicacy, the Parmo, a staple of Middlesbrough culture. Jonatas, as an Italian living in the northeast of England, what do you think of the Parmo?
In my honest opinion, the nicest possible way. I'm not a big fan of the Parmo, and I think the biggest issue is the processed food ingredients used in the dish. But I think we need to hear what the people in Middlesbrough has to say, isn't it?
And coming up now is the opinion of locals on where the best Parmo is in Middlesbrough.
The Parmo, one of Teesside's greatest delicacies, a simple mixture of chicken, bechamel and cheese. But who does it best? I'm Dominic Gate and I intend to find out who in Middlesbrough does the best Parmo. Who would you say in Borough does the best Parmo?
Manjaro's, definitely. Central Park.
Everybody around here recommends Manjaro's. What would you say your favourite type of Parmo is?
Hot shot. It's like that's got pepperoni on it.
It's got pepperoni on it. Then I think it's called a hot shot Parmo. Definitely chicken. Chicken Parmo.
Definitely the classic.
You can't beat the classic, can you?
Can't beat the classic.
What would you say makes a good Parmo? A good Parmo?
Thickness of chicken and loads of cheese.
I've had a few. The cheese was a bit chewy, if that makes sense. It needs to be quite soft. It needs to melt in your mouth. The cheese.
The chicken.
I suppose if it's not raw, that always helps.
So we now have our two Parmos, one from Manjaro's and one from a local competitor. It's time for the taste test. Alright, so our Manjaro's Parmo has cooled down a bit, but let's just cut into it. That is great. I see why people like it. Really flavourful. Nice tang to it. The cheese really complements the bechamel and the chicken, surprisingly. I see why people would consider this the number one spot in Borough. Now, let's try the competitor. And here we go. Very different ingredients in this one, but still really good. Different bechamel from the first one, and it's quite noticeable. I think ultimately I have to go with the Manjaro's Parmo, but I'm not too sure. I think I need a second opinion. What do you?
Thanks, Dom. Now here we have two Parmos from the same places for a live taste test. Let's have a try. Here is Parmo number 1 from the Terrace. Jonatas, if you'd just like to give it a taste and let us know what you think. I mean, to look
just to show to people who's watching, we got the texture.
Yeah.
And I think everyone who's watching our program now can see why I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah. If you'd
But
like to give it a
that's
taste test and let us know what you think. Let us know what you know.
We're gonna try to reduce the bechamel. This is like the issue with the Parmo has been always the processed food ingredients. The fact that the bechamel sauce is not real bechamel. The French would be horrified.
I don't know if that's strictly
Would be
true.
horrified of such thing. But let's give it a try. I'm
debatable.
struggling to cut it.
Yeah,
Okay.
give it a test. You can't judge it before you've give it a proper try.
Okay. Struggling to catch a bit.
You've got some water there as well if it's
Gonna need it.
Mm.
I think you need to try as well. Look, you got your cutlery there.
I'll give it a little taste.
Get from the other side. Go on.
I mean, I love the
Good Lord.
Parmo. I always have, even since being a young child, really. So, I mean, look at that breaded chicken. How you can complain about that? I mean,
I think you need to go on. I think everyone who lives in Teesside will remember the first time you tried the Parmo.
Mm.
And I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not a fan of the Parmo. And to be honest, the first time I tried it, I didn't feel good at all.
Where was the first Parmo that you tried?
Where's the Rio Steakhouse?
Mm.
Used to be a restaurant there.
Yeah.
And I tried it. They said it was the best Parmo. It was the best Parmo in Teesside. So I went there. I said, if I'm going to try the local dish, I must go to the best place. And, I didn't like it all. But what can you say about this one? The one from the terrace, the texture, the presentation.
The presentation, I can't deny, it's not the best. I mean, the consistency of the cheese is lackluster. But I mean, that's the nature of having a Parmo. It's
I guess the biggest sin here would be the texture of this bechamel.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we'll get ready because that isn't just Parmo number 1. We've got Parmo number 2, and this has been voted Middlesbrough's favourite Parmo, and I take that on high regard. It's from Manjaro's. Everybody in Teesside knows about Manjaro's.
Okay.
Everybody's eaten in Manjaro's who lives in Teesside. So this is a real great honour as a young man to be trying such a delicacy in
Okay, let's have a try.
in Teesside, really.
You want to get on the other side? I'll take from that one.
Yeah, well, I'll cut you a bit as
Go
well.
on, go on.
So I'll cut a little bit off here. As you can see, for our viewers at home, the texture of this one is just immediately flawless in comparison to that consistency of the other one. So anyway, enough talking. Let's give it a try.
And then you got chips to accompany it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that one, it hasn't come with anything.
It
it's
has. I guess there was no space to put here on our table. Well, let's.
Immediately the taste of number 2 is just marginally better. Come on, Jonathan. I mean,
I'm gonna have to try this. Let me see.
I mean, I appreciate you're an Italian and you have this idea of what bechamel sauce is, but undeniably, this is a delicacy. And I would take it to any man to tell me different. I will have.
I think from the visual itself,
some water, unfortunately, but a lot of salt.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna need that. But honestly, I think is less worse than the other one. The one from the terrace, definitely. But I think what's important is the opinion of the locals, and they have said it. They've said what's the best one, and
that's it. So we're coming to the end of the show. We hope this has showed you what's good in Teesside, not just people, but food.
We hope you enjoyed it and have a very good week.